Hello, hello, hello. If there's anybody here. Oh goodness, I completely forgot I need a second device for comments. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. I need to have a second device for comments. Let's just quickly put this on here. Alright, it's another sort of 6 minutes before the actual live starts. So if you're watching this on the replay, then I would suggest you maybe just skip 6 minutes ahead and then watch from there. Because I'm starting it at 3 o'clock my time, and it's now sort of 6 minutes before 3. So, hello, Taquina. Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. You thought you were first, huh? Today I'm before you. Right, I forgot to put on a second device to see the comments. Good thing I started early. But now I need to find a space to put the device. Not sure where. Because I sort of messed up my whole space. Let's move a few things around here. And then hopefully there'll be a space to do this. Susie, hello, welcome. I'm good, Taquina. I'm good. We're a little bit. I don't know. I'm not. There's nothing wrong. It's just with my mom being in hospital, everything is a little bit hectic and haywire. So it's a little bit weird. like when you feel like when you have a lot of things on your mind, that sort of feeling. But everything's okay. No major hiccups. Nothing wrong. How are you doing with regard to your situation? Trace! Trace is ook hier. Ag nee, ek's jammer as jy sê jy kan nie lank bly nie, maar ek's baie bly jy's hierso. Ek gaan Faux Paper maak vandag. Is jy baie besig? Dit gaan goed, maar my ma's in die hospitaal. Sy kry 'n operasie, sy het moontlik kanker. So hulle gaan moontlik sny. So is 'n bietjie van 'n big deal. Jy mag dalk vir haar wil kontak en uitfigure hoe gaan dit. Sy sal dit baie waardeer. Sorry guys, that was my Afrikaans friend, so I just told her about my mom quickly. You guys know about it already. And she knows my mom personally as well. So it's just telling her that my mom's in hospital. Okay, I'm just trying to get the second device set up quickly so I can see comments. It's on this old iPad, takes forever to switch on. Okay, it's on, and it's on the internet. Now it's giving me Siri. Right, now we want YouTube. And we must probably put the volume down. That's a good idea. And now we need to search for Craft Portal, Rachel, and then find the live. And there we go, we have a live. We are ready for liftoff. Okay, now I need to sit down and then, oof, I nearly fell over. All right. I thought whilst I get started, I can just sort of have a little chat. Much love to Mama. I'm doing okay, thanks. It's still a bit odd without her, but I'm okay. Yeah, if someone's been part of your life for so long, it's not overnight, Yeah, it's like one doesn't want to over dramatize it, but You know, a pet does become a family member. Ek weet van ma, sy het my op die groep geadd. Ek is baie besig, maar net 'n bietjie tyd om te kyk. Okay. Trace says, "Hello Debbie, how are you? Welcome." We've got a minute to go before we actually start. So I just thought I'd get in here and get ready and all those things. What did I wanted to put water onto these watercolor paints. These are sort of just watercolor paints that I emptied from containers, other containers. So actually I think what I must do is maybe try to throw water in here. Will this work? Probably not a good thing just before you go live to put a whole bunch of water on your table. Never ever do this, people. Not a good plan. Never do that, okay? You see now what I've got here, I'm going to contaminate my paint with each other because some of these are so full. Okay, that's better. Clean up for later. All right, that's done. I've got another one, but I'll just work in that palette of colors. I don't think I should do it twice. That's like tempting fate. Right, I just recorded a video on sewing in the signatures, and I've posted it. I saw it went up about 10 minutes ago. So I'm hoping people won't get stuck watching that, and then because you can't time when it actually uploads, you know, you can't actually time that. So well, you can if you're unlisted, I suppose, but you can't determine. So I'm hoping people are not, hopefully they'll read their messages. Ruth, welcome. How are you? Yeah, she was family. She ruled the house. Yeah, they say a cat owns you. You don't own a cat, you know. Do as she says, not as she does. Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna start by just telling you what's on my desk. I might not use all of what I have on my desk, but I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of sort of ideas and things that you can possibly add. Okay. So yes, Debbie, I'm also glad you caught my live. I don't think you've ever actually been in one of my lives. Right. This is copy paper, but this was sort of stuck in the printer for a while, and now it's all bent up. And I think I need to move these. I think they're making shadows. Right, it's all bent up and it's a little bit dirty, but this is perfect for this project because you sort of do want any color and texture and anything you can get. So I've got, it's clean, but obviously not clean enough to print anything on. Okay, so I've got a pile of paper here. The alternate paper that I have here is I have a advertising booklet, like it's like one of those free booklets. I got it at a paint store. It's for advertising business, right? You know, so sort of just a booklet. So I'm going to show you with that paper as well how to do it. Okay, so we're going to do one of these, and then we're going to do one of these, and then depending on where the time takes us, we might do more of the white pages or more of these pages. Okay. Right, let me put that aside, and then let me take one page here and then put the rest aside for now. Okay, I've got 3 piles of napkins. In this case, you're actually looking, I might not use this one, you're looking for one that's as colorful as possible because you're going to use the second layer that you pull off. And the more color is on the napkin, the more will be on the second layer of the napkin. And you actually want that second layer to be full of little marks, etc. So you can use that. Okay, so we've got napkins. Right. Then I've got my mixture of I just read that where Susie said, gotta go. You posted a video I need to watch. Susie! Right, let's just catch up with messages. Oh, okay, that was the first one that I didn't see. Good, Ruth. I'm glad you're doing well. Who posted a video? I posted a video, Ruth. But it posted about 10 minutes ago. So I was saying that I'm hoping people won't get stuck on that video and then not realize I have a live, because I didn't actually say that I was having a live today. I'll explain just now about the live for yesterday. Well, I can explain. My mom's in hospital, and I wanted to visit her, and so I couldn't do the live. And then yesterday when I got to the hospital, you stand in a long queue and they do a temperature test and you write down your details, all that. And then when I found out where she was, they said she's in the medical ward, and the medical ward is an isolation ward, no visitors allowed. So basically, before getting an operation, they test her for COVID, because they can't operate if you have COVID. And whilst you're waiting for the results, you're in isolation. So when I got there, there was nothing. And the visiting hours was from 3 to 4, which means it was smack bang at the time when I was supposed to go live. So then we thought, okay, well, then we're not going to be able to see her until after the operation. And this morning at 4:30, they woke her up to say she doesn't have COVID, and they're moving her to a different section of the hospital, and now she can have visitors. But my husband left with the car this morning, so I can't go and visit her. And then I told her, well, I've got the live scheduled for this afternoon. So she said, no, only one person can visit her at a time, unless she goes and sits on the outside, like outside in the garden. And that I must go ahead with my life, So, yeah. I looked for one yesterday. Is Mom okay? Ruth, we don't know yet. They found a growth in her colon, which makes it very difficult for her to eat and for food to pass. So she's got severe pain. They did a CAT scan yesterday, and they did blood tests. They did a biopsy as well. The biopsy came back negative. However, there's a twist in the colon. So they couldn't quite see with the camera where they took the biopsy. They couldn't see if it was, just around it, but that came back negative. The blood test will tell them if there's cancerous cells in the body. The CAT scan showed them where exactly the growth is. I don't know if you call it a growth or a cyst, or what do you call it. And so she's there now. She's basically on liquids at the moment to clear all the intestines of any food. And then she's probably being operated on Thursday to take that out. And then afterwards, they're going to give her chemotherapy for if there is any cancerous cells that can be killed off. Okay. All right. Shall we get started, peoples? Right. I was going to show you what I have on my desk. Okay, I've got a whole bunch of threads. All right, I've got another big can with another whole bunch of threads. I don't know if that will focus. Let me just wait for my screen to change, see if that focuses. Okay, and a whole bunch of threads and little pieces of material, fabric and all kinds of things in there. Okay, I'm going to put this in here. All right, and then I have these little bitty pieces of paper. Okay, so sort of these are the ones that last time when I made this for the stamping. So everything I tore off there, that's that. Okay. These are cigarette paper silver thingies, and here's some tea bags, so I can use the tea in the tea bags as well. Okay. Right, then I have spices. I have rosemary and olive spice. Sort of looks like that. Okay. Right, and then I have turmeric if I want to go yellow. I have basil if I want to go greenish. Let me just put these things aside so I can sort of make space whilst I'm doing it. Okay, so those are the spices. I've got oats. You know what oats looks like. I have shredded wheat. Shredded wheat looks like that, so I need to make it fine. So I might use that. Okay. I've got red and golden threads. Okay. Let's just see. I should have more paper pieces somewhere here. Where is that? Oh, here's some itty bitty tiny reddish papers. Reddish, and some of them are white. Okay. And then I have a few onion skins. Okay, that comes off an onion. So those are sort of the things that I collected together to do this today. All right. That's a piece of that I can get for threads, but actually I have plenty of threads. Okay, and then get these scissors out of the way. Then I've got my glue mixture. It's the same mixture I used in the envelope roll that I made. So it's sort of half wood glue, PVA glue, white glue, and half water. That's my mixture here. Okay. And then I have two paint brushes. I have a container thing that I'm going to use as a palette if I come to that. And I have a palette of watercolor paints that I might use. I've actually got another one in different colors, but I've poured a whole bunch of water into it now, so it's not as easy to come to the screen to show. So watercolor paints if I want to change the color of my paper afterwards. Okay. So we're pretty ready to start. Here's some golden papers mostly. All right. I don't know if we're going to use that. Okay. Okie dokes. Let's have a look. All right. Let's just catch up with the comments. Thank you, Debbie, for the positive thoughts for my mom. Thank you, Tequina, for Reiki and praise to Mama. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ruth. Amen. Absolutely. We are also, as a family, praying together for her for complete recovery. So that's very much in line with what we are doing. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Susie. Stand in agreement for my mom's healing. Thank you, guys. Okay. So there's not a specific order that we do this in. What we do need to do is we need to separate the napkin from its backside. That doesn't sound right, does it? Separate the napkin from its backside. Guys, you'll just forgive me a little bit if I'm a little bit. My mind's just. I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me. My mind's just a little preoccupied, you know. So what I find is that my memory. I forget what I want to say and things like that. All right, I'm gonna take out 2 or 3 of these. All right, and then I'm going to take out 1 or 2. These are just okay. I'm just gonna use 1 for a start, but I just want it available because once you've stuck on everything else, you sort of want to go in rather fast with your napkin, although you do sort of decoupage over it again. All right, so this is a Christmas borders napkin. Okay. All right, so let's get them separated from the behinds, from the backsides. It might be that one. Just checking where the loose one is. I think it's this corner. Not corner, middle. Let's just see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the idea of this is that we're actually looking for that second layer that's got a ghost layer, you know, that's got a ghost print on it. So that's actually what we want. This one is very stuck. Very, very, very stuck. Why is that? Let's try a ruler. See if that. Do you think napkins get old and then get stuck more to their other layers? I bought this. This was in at an auction, and this was in a box of stuff. You know, it was just like a kind of by the way. Not the people didn't know that it's actually what I was buying is the napkins in the box, not the other stuff. Right. Okay, now I'm not sure if this is going to show up, but this has a ghost layer that you can see. I'm just going to check in the screen if you can actually see it. No, not really clearly. Let me put it on the white paper and bring it closer to the screen. Okay, so can you see there it has a ghost layer, ghost print layer. Okay, so we've got that at the ready, and then I'm gonna do one or two of these. Yes, Ruth, that's true. Humor is a amazing way to get through things. We are lucky. We as a people often take tragedies, and very, very fast we make sort of corny jokes of it. And so we, even amidst tragedies, we always find something to laugh at. And I know that other cultures sometimes find that quite weird, or like, I know someone told me once it's very distasteful, you know, to laugh at a tragedy. But it's my culture. We find the funny side, and we laugh about it, you know, and I like that because laughter always relieves stress, you know. It's just a given fact, you know. It's not even. Oh, the cat came for a visit again. He's not on the screen. The cat is on the screen. I'm sure you saw a butt there, a cat butt. It's funny, like when you start crafting, then the other little baby cat is on my lap, sort of balancing himself on my lap. It can't be on my one leg rather, because I'm not sitting with my lap comfortably, you know. Okay, now these are 2 layers, but depending on how thick yeah, no, I do need to separate that. Sorry, I'm not thinking proper. I'm not thinking ahead. Can you hear I'm distracted? Can you hear my my translation abilities is definitely slightly off today. There's nothing wrong. It's just like, you're just not quite normal, you know, not quite yourself. And I'm not a stress. I don't take on stress as too much, but still you do, whether you know it or not. You actually really do. You know, you think you don't, but you do. Okay, so that's a ghost layer. Must I show you this ghost layer? So you can see the ghost layer there. All right. And then this one I need to separate as well. Yeah, come on. I'm seeing that she's going to say start making herself comfortable right here on the screen. Not happy with me right now. That's okay. All right, and then I need to separate this one. I thought of doing this off screen beforehand, but then I thought for the people that don't actually work with napkins, they might really want to see exactly what we're doing, you know? And what I mean by the middle layer or the second layer. Some napkins only have 2 layers, so you would automatically just use the second layer. But some of them have 3 layers, so you would be using the middle layer. Basically the one that's got the most ghost print on it. Right, Susie from Susie's Crafting gave me a brilliant idea. I'm sure she's going to make a video on it sometime. You can actually stamp on this, and that would also create a background. You can even on this, I'm not going to stamp today, but you can even stamp on here as well. If I see it's got too little stuff on it, I might decide on the second or the third one to actually stamp on it. All right. Okay, so there we've got 3 second layer napkins. We've got a piece of paper. All right. So let's get started. I'm just going to read comments again. Hello, Gardina. Welcome. Thank you for joining our live. All right, Teabag. She did her first craft along, guys. You need to go check it out. You need to go check out her first craft along. Handmade by Gardina. You're not required to have it all together all the time. You are doing amazing. Thank you, Ruth. And thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Every time I have it all together, I forget where I put it. Susie, you're funny. Back, but video still laggy. Hi, Terry. You remembered the cat's name. Debbie. It's natural to feel a little like you're buffering when there is something pressing on your mind. We understand. Okay. Right. I don't want to make it my soppy story saga though. So off that subject for now. Okay. We're going to take the glue mixture. Just shake it up well. All right. And then, okay, so we're going to start with our bigger things first and then work our way to smaller. So I think I'm going to start with jungle oats or oats. And then I'm going to do tea. I've got this tea bag. We're going to do oats. Then we're going to do tea. I probably need to move this because it's making a shadow. All right. And then we're going to do tea. Then I think we're going to do a few onion skins. Okay. And then after that, I'll do spices. Okay. So that's the plan of action. All right. Taking a brush and just brushing glue mixture on here. You can use Mod Podge, you can use any glue. The point of this is you need something sticky, but you do not want something that is going to take a long time to adhere, you know, to put on here. All right. So just giving it a quick and thorough coating. All right. I see some of the patches are already drying. That's not going to work. So you can't have a very fast drying glue mixture. You need a mixture that's going to allow you to do this. Okay. All right. So that's step 1. I'm just going to put this in water so that it doesn't dry the brush. Okay. So I'm going to start with some oats. I'm just going to put some oats in. Probably the other hand is better. All right, I've got a few oats here. Just put this aside. And then I'm just going to put the oats over my page. Okay. probably a good idea to put something underneath because you will be making a mess. Okay, and then I'm just gonna sort of press them so they get stuck. Okay, I don't want them lifting up. Okay, there we go. Next, I'm gonna take some tea leaves. Important to try to go up to your corners as well, you know, so that you don't end up that your corners of your paper or your sides of your paper is not very not filled, you know, that it doesn't look real or doesn't look like faux paper. Okay, this is not to say that you have to add oats and you have to add tea or anything like that. I'm just giving you a whole bunch of examples of what you can add, okay? But you can literally add absolutely anything. Okay, all right, I'm going to scrunch up the onion leaves. I'm trying to get them as small as I can. Some of them are still very big. Just tearing them, making smaller bits. Making smaller and smaller bits. Okay, I don't know what to do about the lagging, guys, other than stopping my internet and then starting again, and then I might lose the broadcast. So really not sure what to do about the lagging. I can try to put my dongle higher and see if that helps it a little bit more to get a better signal. I've done that now, so in about 10-20 seconds that should improve the reception of where the internet thingy is. So I've done that, so you can tell me if that helps any with the lagging. There's not, obviously one wants a visual as well, I realize that, but I mean, this is not, the visual is not the big deal. As long as you understand, I'm just throwing onion skins. I'm making them small and I'm throwing onion skins on here. Okay, so there we go, onion skins. Okay. Now, for me, that's pretty much good, okay? But you can go on now. You can throw turmeric on there. You can throw a few spices on there. I think I'm going to do that. Throw a bit of spice on there. Okay. Just bits and bobs wherever you want. Sort of just making sure that there's no empty places, etc. And then I've got a bit of sweet basil, which is a greenish type of spice. I'm not going to throw too much of that on, but also just adding that to the mixture. All right. Okay. All right. Now I think, in my opinion, that's good. I'm happy with what I've put through together here. Right now, last opportunity just to make sure you go up to the edges, all that. I might want to throw in a few threads. So I think I might throw in a few threads in here. Just putting down a few threads. You can put in small threads, big threads, teeny threads, tiny threads. Doesn't matter what threads. Okay, just putting a few threads down. You can put little pieces of paper down. You can pretty much, okay, I want one there in the corner. All right, I want one here in the corner. All right, I want maybe teeny beeny bit there in the corner. Okay, just making sure it's on the paper there. Okay, alrighty, we've got that. Now I'm going to take one of these ghost image napkins, and I'm going to place it right smack bang over this. Okay, and just press it. Alright, now obviously some of this glue is dry already, so it's not stuck. So now I'm taking a paintbrush again, and I'm taking my glue mixture. I'm starting in the middle so that the napkin stretches out at the same pace, at the same rate everywhere. This is a good tip whenever you decoupage napkin. Start in the middle and work your way out. Okay, I'm being quite generous with the glue. Obviously, you don't want to work the napkin too hard, because you don't want it to tear. Okay, just giving that proper time to soak in, and then I want to sort of go back and get rid of bubbles whilst I'm doing this. There is tearing already taking place there. I can see that. What I sometimes do is to get it stuck in the middle is I'll do that, and then this side, sort of divide it into quarters and then divide it again and divide it again, and sort of that way, because it's difficult if it's not stuck and it wants to move around. Okay, so sometimes I do this. All right, and then divide that into quarters again. Work towards that corner. Let me just see. Oh no, my corner is here and I'm working towards there. Clever, Larray. Clever, clever, clever you are. Okay, now obviously there's air bubbles in here. So once you've got the first layer on here of the glue mixture, you want to go back and sort of just try and get this napkin properly around all the stuff that's on here, and get the air bubbles minimized. I doubt if you'll get it out, but you can try to reduce it if you can, possibly reduce it. Sorry guys, I can't stop now to read comments, but as soon as this whole thing is glued, I'll read comments again. The more wet you make it, the more it will soak in, and your ability to sort of press out bubbles will be better. Okay. It's a very light-handed, but still there's a little bit of pressure to try and get the stuff to get the napkin to go around the thing, around all the bits and bobs. Yeah. Each single page that you make this way is different. I'm sure you can repeat it, but because obviously you just add the same type of mixture that you added in the first one. But it's really sort of each paper will be a unique and different paper. If you find one that really works, it's a good thing to sort of jot down your recipe so that you know how to recreate that specific recipe or that specific pattern that you created. Oh, that wasn't good. Okay, now see, big mess there. Get a piece of different napkin, tear it off, put it on that patch, and put glue on it. So there's a fix if you make a boo-boo. Just put another piece of napkin over it. Okay, now a lot of these things underneath are completely loose, and the idea of this layer is also to sort of capture it in. But it's not a loose air pocket capture it in. You have to capture it in so it is actually glued, you know? Like that's an onion skin, and I can feel it's really loose. So I'm giving it time to sink in around it. And then concentrating. Okay, I'm just going to give all of this a moment to soak in. I'm going to read the comments and then I will come back. There I've also got a bit of a hole, so I need a piece of napkin. Just tearing off a piece of napkin. This is now the last layer that I'm actually just adding on top here. And I can see here also I have an open bit. So I'm going to need to add a napkin bit there as well. Guys, this is not my original idea. I saw it somewhere. But long before I started a YouTube channel. It's something I've been doing for a long time. It's not a new technique, but I'm not the originator of this. If the person that are the originator of this watches this video and you would like to claim your originality, you are more than welcome to let me know and send me the link of your original video. I'll see if that's the video I watched. And if it is, then I will quite happily pin your comment to the top of the comments, and I will also put it in the description that you are the originator of this idea. I'm quite happy to give the credit where the credit is due. Okay, I'm just going to let that soak for a moment and then I'll come back because it's going to tear like there. It's already tearing again. All right, so I'm just going to give that a moment before I go on. Going to read comments. Sound is good here too. No need to do that, Rachel. Okay. It is fine with the lagging. It's not too bad. I can see what you're doing. Okay. I bet it smells good. It does actually a little bit. Dongle sounds so naughty. My dongle is my internet connection. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. You have a SIM card on the inside, and that's where the internet comes from. So we call that thing a dongle. Pumpkin pie spices would smell good. So good. Yes, I agree, Gardina. That actually sounds like you're gonna have a problem though. You're gonna want to eat the paper. Lorraine, the reason Debbie's comment is on the screen is because you touched it. You need to go back and touch it again to make it go away. To touch what? Oh, which one is it? Sounds good here too. Let's find that. Right. Do I touch the comment or do I touch what? Oh, no. I don't know how to do that. I'm trying to on the device that I'm recording on. I can't find the original comment. It's fine with the lagging. Is it that one? No. There. Oh, that was when I did the dongly bit. Okay. Sorry for that, guys. Fixed it. Okay, now I need to find where I was with the comments. Can you separate me from my backside, Susie? It's like an instant diet. Separate you from your backside. Yeah, I'm gonna put on. You say you have way more than 3 layers. Yes, I'm definitely gonna put on another layer at least, and then sort of assess what it looks like at that stage. But you have to get the air bubbles out as much as you can on the first layer. But now under the onion skins, etc., there's empty pockets. So at this stage, I'll just patch up wherever there's holes on here, and then allow the glue to sort of soak in, and then go in for the second layer. Cheers, everybody. Have you ever tried a piece of tape, Ruth? What, to take the layers off the back of the napkins? I don't like that because it tears this napkin, and then it's not complete for me to put down on the faux paper. I spare them and save them especially for this purpose, where I make the faux paper with. If you look at a napkin, this is a trick that very few people know of. If you look at a napkin, one of these middle, not the corners, but one of these middles is actually loose, and it's very, very easy to remove the layer if you can just find the loose corner. I use tape to separate the napkin. My video is lagging a bit. I'm going to go out and come back in. Okay. Separate the layers. That's exactly what happened to me. I got wet and everything stuck to me. Right. I think I missed a whole bunch of comments there earlier. Let's just run down. You're not required to. Okay. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. Dongle sounds naughty. Pumpkin pie spice. Okay, we sorted. Okay, that's the one where we sorted the comment for Debbie. Okay. I spelled it right, but autocorrect took over. I hate autocorrect. Sometimes autocorrect makes my day. That's true. You must try sending a text message with autocorrect on, and then you just click as a letter, and then it will come up with suggestions for words, and then you choose a word, but you try to make your sentence make sense, you know, like it will say, I like people that, you know, and you try to make a sentence that doesn't, but you actually only type the first letter. You come up with the weirdest things. I thought it was just on my screen, so I went back out and in. Sorry for that, guys. You just thought she was showing you love. No, but I will. Thank you, Susie. Is it a love competition going on here? It's okay. Most people misspell my name. I don't pay attention to it. Good. If you press and hold the E, it should come up with the variations, including the E. Yes. My name is if you. Who else has the E? Are you talking about my name? Yeah, if on a phone or on a tablet, if you want the E with a little stripe on, you just press and hold the E, and then it will give you different options with umlauts and all kinds of things. Ruth says, I love this technique. I have wanted to try making paper, but at this point I haven't got a place to do it. Yes, this is very easy. You just need pretty much an A4 letter size space and you can do it. Susie says, I tried to make paper. I made a huge mess. It took forever and then I didn't like the result. The paper is looking lovely now that it's all wet. Yes, showing your dongle. Yep, I showed my dongle. Had to be a comment with a typo showing. That was just when I got the internet dongle off, then I must have inadvertently touched the screen. Sorry, Debbie. Your backside has way more than 3 layers. I don't know. There's a loose plate and the wind is blowing against so it's blowing if it's really annoying, I can go out and try to move the plank that it's banging against. If it's really annoying, Ruth. Good to know about the loose middle. I will check on one of my napkins now. Okay. I have to press Alt and 136 on number pad on computer to get the E. Okay, but that's a E with a cuppy, with a cap on. The E with my E on my name is Alt 130. Debbie, Alt 130. Okay, I'm gonna patch up where I see holes now, and then I'm gonna sort of just try to maneuver any air bubbles out of this. All right, so I see a hole there, so gonna patch up that. The idea now is if you put the next layer on, that there's not errors under that. The next layer should not be fixing problems. The next layer should literally just be sort of sealing everything in. But now with this layer that I'm putting on, everything must be glued on, stuck to the paper. Remember, afterwards you're probably not going to use this as one complete paper. You're going to use it by tearing it up and using it on clusters and all kinds of things. Although Joanne from Journaling Adventures, she made a faux paper, and I saw that in the journal that, I think it's the journal that Susie showed for her. She actually attached it as a page into the journal. Okay, so I'm just sort of working on air bubbles that I can see and working in. Okay, there I made a boo-boo again. Need to patch it. Patching, 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 patching. You see, the nice thing about this is it doesn't actually make, the boo-boos is not a problem, because the boo-boos gives it more texture, gives it more character, so it's really, everything you have can be thrown at this and it just gives it more, it just makes it better. All right. All right, I can see that my onion skins are too big here. I can distinctly feel as I'm going over some of them that there's an air bubble under there, and the putting the glue on it is not actually resolving it. So I might actually have loose stuff falling out when I tear this up. So make sure your onion skins are way smaller than mine, like really crumbly bits. Don't put big onion skins on like this. Okay, there's another boo-boo. Need to fix that. Okay, here's a little boo-boo. Have to fix that. I have no idea how I'm going to move this page off here to let it dry and do the next one. I didn't think of that. That wasn't clever. That was not clever. Okay. Happy up to there, and now I'm going to attach a second layer. So I'm using my second ghost print layer. Going to put it over here. Alrighty. Just going to use my hand to stick it down wherever it wants to stick down by itself. Lightly, you can very easily tear it as well. So lightly, light touch. Firm but light. Okay. And then gonna glue it again. Again from the middle. Gonna work on that middle line. Okay, now if you want to give the paper a distinct color, so basically that it's not as white, right? Then this is the stage where you would go in with watercolor paint or food coloring in a spray bottle or whatever form of coloring you like. You can even put ink on here if you want. The ink might be a good idea though if you let this dry so that the ink can then catch on the bits that stands out. But this is the stage where you would do that. Guys, give me ideas of how to move this page. Maybe you have already and I haven't read the comments, but I need ideas of how to move this page. Okay. All right. In my case, I'm gonna say this two layers is good. But luckily, it's the type of thing that if you put 2 layers on it and then when it dries, you find it's not thick enough or something's falling apart or whatever, it's very easy to go back. But the reason I like to do this is sometimes I like to do, when it's dry, to do the other side as well. And so that it actually looks like faux paper from both sides. Especially if you're going to use it in something that you can see from both sides. Okay. And So don't always, you know, stick it on too thick, and then you end up not being able to do the other side if you wanted to. Okay. Right. I'm going to read comments, and I'm hoping there's an idea to move the paper. Catch up a little bit back. I can't find a loose middle. Debbie, normally when you take it out of the packet, it's the one on the front of the napkin at the bottom middle. It's normally that on the right hand side. It's that one. At your if you have the, let me get a napkin packet. So if you've got this upright, okay, like that, there's the label upright. If you take it out, it's usually no, sorry, it's this one in the middle. It will usually be this corner that is loose. Not corner, middle. There. This one is loose. I just don't want it to touch my thing underneath. Sorry. There. Do you see? That's loose. So if you got the package like this one here is usually the loose corner. Okay. Yeah, nothing to worry about because the dogs are quiet, but now they're not. Okay, the gate is locked in front. Onions are so gross, I don't like them. So none for me, thank you. Yeah, this is you can do the pumpkin spice one. You don't have to do the onion version. Looks like a creamy casserole. Cool. Enchanted dreams. Laurie, how are you? Welcome. I'm at work and can't stay. I just wanted to pop in to say hi. Thank you very much. I don't know if I have plastic wrap. I have wax paper. Would that work? How's the family, Laurie? Are you okay? Don't move it. It will tear in shreds. Do you have a cookie tray without sides? Slide it under very carefully. Nope, don't have a cookie tray without sides. Or use. What if I put wax paper over it and then just do the next layer and then sort of just let it dry before I do anything? Would that work, guys? No, it pulls up, guys. It pulls up, but I'm just scared that it. I think it's stuck to the table now. It's just. It does pull up, but I'm going to need something to put it on immediately afterwards. I'm thinking putting a wax thing on here and then pulling it up and then sort of just tipping it over. That's what I'm thinking. Need scissors. Oh, have scissors. I was trying to the center of the napkin. No, it's one of the. It's not the corners, it's the middle between the corners, but it's definitely the side of the napkin. Okay, so let's try. Let's see. That size is good. Okay, so I'm going to, I need the waxy side towards this. Okay, now I'm just going to carefully try to loosen it from the table. Okay, and then I'm going to tip it over. Okay. Right, you see these dry bits? That's actually very good that we did this. That's where the glue doesn't stick. Do you see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over this and glue that as well, because that's where the onion skins, etc., doesn't actually stick. So if I wet this, hopefully the onion skins will stick then. Much less of a problem. Maybe I should just do this side as well now. Do you want me to do this side as well now? And then at the end, hopefully get an idea of what it looks like. I'm hoping that by the end of the live, then these will be dry, you know, and then I'll be able to sort of show you how it looks. If not, I'll make a separate video, you know, if it's completely wet, then I'll make a separate video and show you the outcome of the paper. I think I must just wet it first and then sort of try to rub it in where it's dry. Because here where I started, it's already looking better. So let's just wet this whole thing with the glue mix. Okay. Gonna give that a moment to soak in and then read the comments quickly. I like to craft with you guys. You guys have good plans. Then it sparks ideas with me. All right, let's see. Wax paper and a piece of something stiff. Yeah, the wax paper is actually okay now to pick it up with, you know, and then just move it somewhere else. No to the wax paper. I was going to say with the plastic wrap, you can wad up a little bit and go over your faux paper to smooth it down instead of using the brush to go back over it. Yeah, good plan. Very good plan. Brushes causes the tear in the napkins. It does, but it also gives the character to it. Job well done. It's still in one piece. All right, so guys, shall I do this side as well? And then we see what the double-sided one looks at the end, or do you want just one layer for now? Just like the other side, and I let this dry for now and move on to a different one. Answers needed, people. Is my internet still on? Why is nobody answering me? Okay, my internet is on. So that shouldn't be the problem. Yes, do that side. Okay. So obviously, it being the same page, you're going to sort of want to stay in the same ingredient range of whatever you used the first time. I'm going to try to put a little bit less on though. I think I overdid it slightly on that side. So I'm just going to sort of keep it in character, but I'm not going to try to overdo it. And then on the onion skins, we would definitely need to make them smaller. Okay, these are OT bits, just a little bit on the sides. Guys, you're going to need to remind me because I don't always remember exactly what I put on. It's all good and well to say I'm recreating it, but all right, we've got tea leaves. Okay, there's tea leaves. Now we need onion skins. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to use scissors and get them really, really small. I've never done this. I've never done the onion skins with scissors. It's not too bad. I don't think it looks too bad. I'm layering a few layers of this, so it makes the cutting slightly easier. Or rather, there's more pieces that jumps off as you're cutting it. Okay. So there for the onion skins. Okay, what else did we put on? I know that we put on some olive and rosemary, I think. Okay, and then we had a little bit of basil on there. Okay, I think that's it. What else? I say you do it outside and throw the stuff at it and see where it sticks. Threads. Ah, yes, I would have forgotten that. Okay, let's see. Let's get some threads out here. All right. Don't bunch a whole bunch of stuff and throw it at it because you won't be able to get it apart. And then you'll end up with a bunch of stuff in one place. And that's not you won't be able to get the glue through it because then it becomes glue intensive. New terminology, glue intensive. Just get that on there. Right after the threads, anything else? Did I forget anything? Okay, I think that's it, yeah? All right, now I need some napkin layers. I've got the one that I separated just now for Debbie. I'm just gonna, do you know what, guys? Do you know what I've never done? This one is now the second and the third layer. And since we're going to, in any case, put on another layer, we might as well try just doing that. So sort of try to put 2 layers on at once. So I'm thinking I'm going to try that. I'm thinking I'm going to try putting on the 2 layers at once. Okay, so just sort of rubbing it on so if it wants to stick anywhere that it can. All right. And then we're going to start with the glue. I'm wondering where my paper ends. Okay, my paper ends here, so I have to do it up to here. Okay, get it. So the middle is actually more here now because I moved the napkin off the center. No, I would still suggest doing it 1 layer at a time. I can see that there's air bubbles and now it's not sticking properly where the air bubbles are. Maybe I shall just wet the whole thing first and then try to do it after that again. No, this is definitely more difficult. Again, I'm really glad I can show you my mistakes so you don't do it this way. I would suggest doing it single layer by single layer. It doesn't tear as easily. It's definitely stronger, but it's also a lot more difficult to get it to stick and to go sort of in between the oats and in between the threads and all that. Ding, 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 ding. So have some of you gone and tried to design digitals after our last live? Has any one of you gone out and tried it? And if you did, what was the results? I'm going to check the comments as soon as I finish here, guys. I'm just trying to get this layer down, and then I'm going to try to press out some air bubbles. You can always use a pin when it's dry, when this whole thing is dry. You can always use a pin and pin holes where there's air and then try to make it down. It's better to do it, however, when it's wet. Because sometimes it gets stiff, really stiff, and then you can't get the air out of it at all. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to give that a moment to soak in, and then I'm going to try and get rid of air bubbles. Okay. Curry, I think. The turmeric, no, I didn't use the turmeric last time. Debbie, I'm glad to see your mistakes. I show them plenty of times. I was screaming no at you, but you ignored me. I'm sorry, Susie, for ignoring you, as always. The video quality might be due to the winds there. Your dongle signal might be struggling. Yeah, I don't know how badly the lagging is, and I'm really sorry about that, guys. I haven't tried to make digitals, but I did look at some of the background eraser sites. Okay, brilliant. Debbie Zagarit said to me that apparently one of the apps that I mentioned is now a paid app. On my side, it's not. It's very much still a free app. But she did say to me on her side, it shows that it's a paid app. I kind of did, but life for me right now is difficult for me to sit very long. And I need to really concentrate and stay with it. Trying to figure out where I left off was not a good plan. The eraser program that I use, you can actually just literally go on whenever it sort of saves itself. Okay, so the lagging is not that bad. Great, wonderful. I'm glad to hear because I'm feeling badly that it's okay. Now there's definitely air bubbles in here, so I'm just gonna try and put some more liquid on and then see if we can sort of make it fold and crumble on itself. See, the air has nowhere to go now because I trapped it inside. That was not good. This is actually very therapeutic. I can tell you that. What I like about this specific making the faux paper is it's very gratifying and it's rather quick. I know it's not quick in the sense of 5 minutes quick, but you go and sit down and you have a session like this and you throw a bunch of stuff at paper and you glue them on with napkin and you end up with the most extraordinary papers sometimes. Okay, the next one I'm going to make less with kitchen stuff and I'm going to more use paper scraps because I do believe that this is the most magnificent paper scrap buster method that you can get because it literally doesn't matter how small those itty bitty papers are, you can use them like this. The only thing with using paper scraps is that you sort of have, it's sort of a little bit like a collage. You have to decide on a theme and then make sure that you use paper scraps within that color theme. Otherwise, you might end up with a whole, like a carousel of colors on your page. And that might not be what you're looking for, Like this, it sort of stays within the brown range. It will browny, beigey, off-white sort of color. So the paper very much has a character to it. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my brown paint, which might be an utter disaster here, but let's try in any case. I put water in it before I started, hoping that some of it would melt. So I'm going to take brown paint and I'm going to paint it on half of this thing. Watercolor paint, kiddie watercolor paint, nothing fancy, nothing weird, kiddie watercolor paint. And you do want it to sort of be lighter and darker in places, so you don't necessarily want it to be all like the same tint of the color you're using. So I'm only going to do half, so you guys get an idea at the end what it looks like. And then you'll also be able to see the difference between them. You know, between a painted one and an unpainted one of the same thing. Okay. There we go. Just want to make sure that I catch the sides. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take this now and I'm going to move it to another surface so it can dry. And then hopefully, I might even put it in the sun to dry. If you guys definitely want to see it at the end of this live, I can go and put it in the sun quickly. It's not too far away. And then it will definitely be dry by the end of this. Do you want me to put it in the sun? Yes, Susie, it's free for me. Why is there price differences between what Scotland would pay for an app and what the US would pay for an app? Are they price differences? No, I don't sing for a living. That's nasty. My brothers always used to say, like if you're humming, then they'll say, "Can you sing?" And then when you sing, they say, "Can you hum?" And when you do that, then they say, "Can you whistle?" Just always meaning that whatever you're doing at that stage is not very beautiful and doesn't sound too cool. Ruth is going to Bible study. Ruth, thank you so much for joining before you went there. Really, really appreciate that you made the time to be here. Yes, sun-dried paper. Yes, put in the sun. Put in the sun. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to run away quickly. I'm going to go put this in the sun, and then I'll be back in a moment. Literally a minute. Okay, it's really not far away. Just want to get past my setup contraption here. Oh, my one can with threads just fell over, but that's okay, not too serious. Okay, we're at the door. You can just find a safe sun spot. Okay, I've put it in the sun and I've put something weighty on both sides. Come here, now. I've put something weighty on both sides because there is a slight wind here. So if it dries and there's a wind, that it doesn't actually, because dry paper is very light and it will blow away. And then all that stuck to the paper bit won't help any. All right, let's catch up on comments. All right, I think what we need to do is maybe put a wax layer down before we even start. Okay. Right. We have a choice. We can do the magazine page, or we can do another white page with little pieces of paper on it. So magazine page or a white page, but this time we're going to use more paper and less kitchen stuff. Okay, depending on the competition, the prices of the apps will be different. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, Tequina, I put some weighty things on both sides on the two ends, so hopefully it won't blow away. Everyone, please give a thumbs up. Tequina, thank you, Susie, for asking for that, and Tequina, thank you for posting it. By the way, I lost subscribers after the last live. I gained some, but I lost some. I think it's because we asked for donations. But look, please don't feel that whatsoever obliged to give a donation. It's purely if you can and if you want to. If you do feel that I add value to you and you would like to give me something, then please follow that link to my coffee shop and please buy me a coffee. However, please do not feel obliged. Sorry for those people that were or might have been offended by me asking for that. It's not a must, and I'm definitely not expecting it of anybody. And I'm very, very, very grateful for the people that can and do want to give me something. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, guys, am I using this or using magazine paper? Tequina was so mesmerized by what's going on that she completely forgot about the coffee shop. That's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. Yeah, I can use this. Like, it's a booklet like with hardware advertisements. So I can use this, and then we do the exact same thing, but on top of that, rather than on top of white copy paper. So that's the choice, or that's the choice. Attention, everybody, answer the question. I know there's a lag. I know. I'm just waiting for the answers. I'm actually thinking I'm going to do both, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to tear this out of here. You did not ask. You explained what it was. I can't see any reason people would be offended. We all lose a few, and that's normal. The thing was coincidental. The timing was coincidental. Okay. We hope it is. All right. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to fit both. We're going to have to do it that way. That way it should fit, I think. Only just. Copied the link about 10 minutes in, but wanted to wait while to post it. Then I got engrossed. Magazine, please. Okay, magazine and fabric scraps. Ooh. Okay, but I do want to do one with paper scraps. So maybe I shall do. Okay, all right, we'll do it that way. All right, fabric scraps. Is that what I do want to do one with paper scraps as well? Because the in my advertisement for this live, I did say paper scraps. All right. So we're gonna glue this. Where's my glue? Where's my brush? Drying the brush because it was in the water. Magazine, we get lots of mailers that, yeah, okay. So let's go. Let's do it this way. So just gonna wet it again. The nice thing about this is that you've already got a background, you've already got a colorful background. So the busier the pages, I mean, you can do this on book page, you can do it on magazine page, you can pretty much do it on any type of page. And whatever is in the background is already going to give you some sort of a coloring in your background, sort of a busyness in your background. Okay, there we go. Susie, I'm going to do one with paper scraps first. That's what I've got ready here. And then tea bags and that sort of thing. And then I'm going to do another one with fabric scraps. Okay, just for you. Fabric scraps was never in my planning, but just because you asked, I'll do that. So these are the papers that I tore off that cardboard, corrugated cardboard, to get to the printed bits. Okay. So I'm just making sure they stick as I stick them down. I'm just making sure that they do stick. I can already feel that in some spots this glue is already drying. So I might need to glue again before I stick all of them on. Okay, that one's dry. I can feel that one is dry, so I'm just gonna stick it on proper. Maybe that's a good idea to just give each one of them a quick run over with the glue mixture. Okay, add some more. All right, trying to find gaps so that there's no sort of unequal spaces. Look at that small scrap. Even small scraps like that would work. So it doesn't matter which paper scraps you've got. You can literally put the smallest scraps on here. Okay, my right hand corner here needs something. Alright, I'm just gonna go over the rest of them with a little bit of glue, the ones that I added now. Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna add tea. No, I'm gonna add that at the end. I'm going to ask for donations to go visit Rachel for a week. Susie's gonna come to South Africa from the US. So she's gonna start a coffee shop page where you can help her to you can donate money to buy an air ticket to come visit me. Susie, you shouldn't mention this if you haven't got your coffee things set up. Because now they're going to go and link to it and then there's nothing. Bye, Ruth. Take care. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Did I miss someone? Why do you say love the new name? Okay, so we've got this, and then I'm going to use, I've got these itsy bitsy tiny paper scraps. I mean, literally, I'm going to bring it closer to the camera so you can see. You can't get smaller than this. I mean, you literally can't go smaller than this. So the itsy bitsiest, tiniest paper scraps has a possible use if you're doing this specific craft. Okay, so I'm just going to try to put a little bit of it everywhere. Susie, the problem with using fabric scraps is I'm going to have to get them very small, and that actually sometimes takes a bit of time. We can try, but don't know how. All right, we've got that on there. Okay, now I'm going to add some more tea. We've got some tea. All right. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to tear up this tea bag, and I think I'm going to use that as well. Susie is going to go, no, use it for something else. Okay, this is not sticking. My glue is dry, so let's just stick them on as we go. Guys, can you all say a big, huge, big thank you to Queena for helping me today? Well, every time to be my moderator. I gave her really short notice on this one, and she still said yes. And I really appreciate that. I really, truly appreciate that. I can actually hear the wind picking up a bit right now. I'm hoping my paper is safe out there. Paper blowing away and not being able to show the end result would kind of defeat the whole creating it and putting it in the sun. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm thinking we need a bit of threads. We need a few threads. Where's my can with threads? Oh, there is fabric scraps in here. I forgot about this, Susie. Yeah. Might be able to use some of that. Okay, so this is what we have. Let's see what we can. All right, I'm just going to take. Right, if I want to put fabric scraps on, I'm going to need to do it before I put threads on, I think. All right, so let's do the scissor thing again. Fabric scraps. So again, it's just literally whatever you've got. It's not a fixed recipe, and each piece of paper will look different. Sorry. It's really important that you go as small as possible, because you don't want a situation like the onion skins earlier that is too big and then the glue doesn't go in under it, you know. So you do want to make it as small bits as you possibly can. Otherwise, you sort of individually have to stick it on like I did here with the paper. All right. And now we've got threads. So I'm going to just take this thread. I'm not going to put all these threads on here. I'm just going to use this as a sort of cut small threads, and I'm cutting very small bits and bobs of this and then just letting it fall where I cut. So again, even by using the same thing, I mean, I used threads earlier, and it's just by doing this, you're making a completely different character, or giving a completely different character again to the page. Or maybe I am going to use all of it. I quite like this. All right, just trying to find where there's nothing much added and trying to add this to those spaces in the corners, yeah, at the bottom. Okay, I think we're done. Anything else you want to add, guys? Anything else you want to add to this? Where's my can now? Where's my thread can? Oh, there it is. Let's put all the threads back in here. Are you happy with this, or do you want to add something? Okay, let's read comments. Oh, you have coffee, Susie. The new name, Le Rachel. Why Le Rachel? Where does that come from? If you look around my chair where I fussy cut, you can maybe find smaller scraps. I like this because people sometimes sit with something that size and then they just throw it away. And with this method, there's literally nothing that's too small to use. Because the reason they throw it away is they can't see a use for it. And with this specific method, there is a use for the smallest. I mean, you can use peppercorn small, and there's a use for it. Because you're literally just trying to create a type of a texture and a, you know, like a background. Save the fabric for another day. I thought you already had tiny. Yeah, okay. Well, sorry. Read that too late now. Thank you, Tequina. You are awesome. I also think she's awesome. Mimi, Melissa, how are you? Welcome here. Oh, you just do all the greetings in one sentence. Sneaky. We're good. How are you? Do you have something holding your paper down outside? Yes, I put two heavy things on the two sides. So that should hopefully hold it. Not very heavy things, but don't suppose it will be blown away unless there comes a strong wind. But maybe we should check on it soon. Okay, maybe I should go check. I'm just gonna finish reading the comments and then I'm gonna go check on the paper. Judith, welcome. Glad you're here. You're all very welcome. Looks good. Lorraine and Rachel. Rachel. Actually, if you look at the Rachel, the EL at the end turned around is the Le for Lorraine. And then my second name is Elizabeth. So the RE for my initials. So Le. Elizabeth also starts with EL. And Rachel ends with EL. So my mom swung that around. So it's Le. And then my initials RE, Lorraine. And then she put a little stripe on it. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a moment. I'm just going to go check on the paper in the sun. I will be back in a minute. So don't run away. I'm checking how many people is on the chat now. And if you're not all here by the time I get back, there will be trouble. No? Okay, it's drying very, very nicely. Not a problem. I'd say we're sort of halfway there. So it's drying really well and it's not blown away. the the heavy making measures that weighs it down. Yoda. Yoda. The weighing down is working. Looks good. Okay. Hi Judith. Oops, I typed that and I forgot to send. I love hearing her giggles. Now I'm giggling at my giggling, which you laughing at my giggling. All right, now I need to get some backings from napkins. So where did I put the rose napkins? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, we've got that. Okay, now I don't know which way I took it out now, but let's assume where's the package? Let's see. So it's that way. Is that right? No. So the package is like that. Debbie, this is especially for you. So it's not like that. It's not like that. Is that correct? Nope, like that. Okay. So Debbie, there's the package upright. So it comes out of the package this way. Okay. So when you open it, there's a fold, Debbie. So that corner should be the one that is loose. Okay, so let's check it. Okay, there's my one layer. And it's there. I just can't. There's my second layer. So you see, Debbie. So it's not a corner that's loose. It's one of on the folds. One of them are loose. People usually try to tear the napkin from the corner, and that doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it's finicky and difficult sometimes to get the layer. Some napkins are actually loose on more than one of those folds, not only one. But the most difficult ones are usually on that one that I just showed you. Okay, there's layer 1 and layer 2. Okay, so this time I'm going to put my white layer at first, and I'm going to put my ghost print layer second. All right, so our ghost print is at the top. Okay, so this will be my second layer. So my first layer is this one. Okay, so just going to put it on, trying to get it corner to corner there. All right. And just sticking down whatever wants to stick down at this stage. Whatever is still sort of wet. Okay. From the previous application of the glue. All right, let's just read the comments quickly. Sorry. Heavy making measures, yep. Oh, Lovely's Crafting Lodge, welcome. I was actually just thinking about you earlier. I haven't seen you in a while. I can't have my volume on, but I will be lurking. Okay. It's a good visual thing going on here. Put earphones in. All right, I'm just going to glue this down, guys. So what do you think of this so far? Do you like this? Do you like this idea? See, I'm painting a Union Jack for all the people in the UK. I'm painting a Union Jack. Okay, see there I've got a bunched up thread, so it's difficult there to catch it. You know, to get it all glued. Sort of wants to keep lifting. So if you have too much bunches, then this is quite difficult to get it all glued on and sealed in. Definitely easier with one layer. I've always done it this way. I don't know why I decided to take a life to try to stick 2 layers on at once. Not the cleverest idea. Okay, getting a lot less air bubbles this way. Lots less. Okay. Are there some of you that's going to try this? I know Susie's tried it, and I know that Joanne at Journaling Adventures has tried it. But they didn't see what I did. They just I told them how to do it, and they both tried it. And I was well impressed with both their results. Each person's looks different as well. Again, you know, it's that crafting thing. You can give people the same instructions and every person will do it differently. You know, but different, but lovely. Really nice. Really cool. Okay, I can see holes in here already, so we're definitely going to need to do some patching before we attach the second layer. But that's okay. It's not too difficult to do. I said to my mom when visiting is over, which is about an hour ago, then she must come into YouTube and come to the live. But I don't know if she forgot, or maybe she's on more tests, or maybe she's sleeping, or, you know. But I sort of kind of thought I would see my mom here after the first hour. So slightly worried. Not that there's reason. She's probably just not on my life. There's no reason to be worried. I shouldn't chase up ghosts where there are none. Not needed. Nah. Okay, I'm just making sure my edges are well glued. Okay, and now we're going to do some patching. Where's my patchy napkin? Where's my patchy napkin? Where's my patchy? Ah, here's my patchy napkin. Okay, let me just read comments. Yes, like the idea, never seen this done before. Yeah, it's not my original idea. I saw it on a video a long time ago. But then, you know, like some ideas people catch onto and then it's done a lot. And then some ideas sort of just dies with that original video. I sometimes think that the smaller channels like us, often we come up with good ideas, and because we're small, that idea sort of dies an early death because not too many people sees it, you know. So I think on the smaller channels, if you go back on their videos, I think there's often really good ideas that was just sort of never discovered by the mainstream crafting community. All right, just gonna glue these patches down. Okay, I'm not gonna do this one on the other side. I don't think, unless you guys insist, then I will. I don't have those small bits of paper that I put on here. I don't have any of those left. Not that sort of ready and cut up already. Because I sit and do this in front of the TV. I take something that I decide to cut up and do all of them sort of. But your hands get tired. So it's not, you can't say, okay, I'm going to make faux paper and then go and sit and do all of it in one straight go. Because you can't. You literally, your hands get too tired to do all of it in one sitting. Right, there's a patch there that needs patching. A patch that needs patching. There's one there. And there's one there. So that one does it 2 in 1. Good. Okay, let's just stick that on there. Okay, and then I'm going to put the second layer on immediately so that if anything is wet on here still, that it sort of catches onto onto this layer. Okay, so now I'm going to use the ghost print image. This was the white one, and now I'm going to use the ghost print image and try to stick that on. Sort of going to try to go from the top. Okay. Right, and then I'll glue that on. Just going to read comments quickly. My hands are full of glue now. No, Teddy Bear is not crying. He's good. Till the 2nd of December, but it could go on longer. Good grief. This lockdown's really messing up our lives. I will wait to see how yours turn out before I decide if I want to try it. Okay, well, we're going to get the dry one out of the sun in a bit. And then we'll be able to see how it went. I love it, mine and Joanne's. Yes, it's very nice. Is my mom here? Is my mom here, Susie? Hope to see Mama. No need to worry, she's in God's hands. That's true. Amen. Hope everyone is well. Yep. Hidden gems in those videos. I agree, Susie. I think I prefer this one. The magazine makes an interesting base and it's covered just enough. Yeah. It gives you background in the background. Sorry, been on the phone with my daughter, but I've still been watching. Just wasn't able to chat. Not a problem, Gardina. All is good. This is nice. You can chat and still figure out, you know, like only audio, and then you can also just get the visual like Jacqueline, and you can still see what's going on. But although I do think the explanation helps sometimes. You see how it's crumbling up and, you know, for me, that absolutely adds to the beauty of it, you know, that it's not it sort of makes it look more handmade. I don't know, gives it more character. Glue it, glue it, glue it, glue it. Glue it, glue it, glue it. This magazine paper underneath is trying to curl up. So it's not, for some reason, the copy paper sat a lot flatter, but I suppose because the magazine paper is sort of shiny paper, so it's maybe not as absorbent, whereas the wetness of the other one made it stick to the, well, probably also because this is on a wax surface and not on an absorbent surface like the copy paper. Sorry, I find that I'm speaking and then the idea sort of just stops in the middle of the Have I been doing that a lot? Saying something and not finishing the thought? Have I been doing that a lot during this broadcast? I like where the threads come through. You know, like where you see the bits of thread come through. I like that a lot. Okay, so there we go. So I think I need to go fetch that other one. It's not completely dry, I suppose, but it would be a good dry. Or we can chat for a little bit. And then I'll go fetch that one and give it as much time in the sun as we can to show the end result. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put the brush in water. Do you want me to color it with any watercolor paint? Or do you want me to just keep it this way? Free Spirit Arts. Hello, Carol. How are you? This is so neat. I'm definitely going to try this. Yes, my name is spelled funky. Rachel, how stiff will the paper turn out? Judith, it's bendable, but it is a little bit like actual handmade paper. You know, like handmade paper is not completely bendable. It could crack on the thing. So it's very, very similar to real handmade paper. But I also think it depends on how thick you make it. Like the other one we made, we did on both sides. Okay. So we did this and then turned it around and then did the other side as well. And then I've gone out and put that in the sun. So it's drying at the moment. So hopefully before the end of the broadcast, we'll be able to go and fetch it and then show you. It's not completely dry, but definitely a lot drier than this. So you'll be able to see, but it's not completely dry. So obviously it's more flexible when it's wet than when it's dry. But it's very, very similar to real handmade paper. You've not trailed off often, no. You're doing just fine. Thank you, Taquina. No color. Okay. Judith, in my opinion, the more layers, the stiffer it gets. Yes, exactly. You're making it thicker, so it's less flexible. I only used one layer of napkin because I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I think a lightly embellished napkin on the bottom would look good too. Yeah, but if you embellish a napkin and then put wet glue on it, the embellishment disappears. You would need to embellish this afterwards, you know, like when it's dry. I'm sure you'd be able to do that. That's actually not a bad idea, Carol. If you, when this is dry and you can emboss it, all right, and then you take your distress ink and just catch the embossing, I think you'd have one magnificent piece of paper. Free. Anyone who does videoing understands it's hard to talk and think. Yes. And you have to concentrate and you're just scared that you're going to do something wrong. Plain, no color. Okay. Sorry, guys, just keep losing my internet connection. Ugh. Everybody's having me, even me, like earlier with the lagging. I'm not sure what's. Maybe it's the internet on strike. I trail off while typing as well as when talking. Yeah. I just find I'm on one thought and then the thought's finished in my head and then the rest of the words doesn't actually come out my mouth. And then I think I've said it, but I haven't actually said it. Sometimes when I look back at my videos, or I'll be busy this and then I want to say, oh no, but we want to add water, and then I forget what I wanted to say at that space, and then I never actually finish the thought. I see there's a bit of an air bubble. I'm just gonna try to get that out. Guys, by the way, here's a trick. Here's a little trick for you. If you've got an air bubble that this is in any type of napkin decoupage, okay? This works in any type of decoupage. I've got an air bubble there. Can you see there? I've got an air bubble. And it doesn't want to go anywhere, so it's too far to push out. You can just go in and stick a pin in there, or a needle, or a whatever, and then work it towards that hole. And there you go. There, it's flat. So you can go through your whole thing like that and see where any air bubbles might have formed. And then wherever some air bubbles have formed, you can just pin it with a sharp object and get rid of the air bubble that way. Bad weather, Mimi. Mimi's name is Melissa. Your dangle is... Oh, can you see it? Can you see the dongle? Okay, that's the wire of the dongle. Let's just put that up. Could you see it? I didn't realize that. Nice pokey trick. Yeah. Any napkin decoupage you do, that's very important why you go from the middle, because you're sort of trying to get the air out as well as let the napkin, the moment you add water to a napkin, it actually stretches. And you're trying to get it to stretch sort of equally, to stretch out equally. So you're trying to get it out from the middle. But it's not an exact science, and sometimes you end up with air bubbles, and then that's the trick to get them out. Our Wi-Fi and phone line went off all evening the other night. It was raining hard and blowing gale, but it was working again in the morning. Ugh, that's frustrating. Her name is Melissa. I think she got knocked out again. I have to run, guys. Love the video. Oh, hi, Melissa. Okay. Bye-bye, Laurie. Ugh, Carol, sorry. Bye-bye, Carol. Be good. I'm totally jealous of your craft room. It's very nice. See you soon. What's no, Lorraine? What did I ask? It's like in capital letters, like no, Lorraine. That's like serious trouble for you, Lorraine. You couldn't see it. Susie is making up for the lack of trouble. Oh, right. Now I get it. The wire was actually, I've got the dongle on a power bank and I've got the phone on a power bank. And the wire was hanging, but I didn't think that it was in the camera space. So when you said you can see the dongle, I thought, oh no goodness, that wire between the dongle and the power bank has been hanging there and you've been seeing it all the time. Okay. So shall we go fetch that paper outside or give it some more chance? Time to vote. You see, Susie would have kept me in not knowing, and then I would have had to go back to my own video and actually check if it's true or not. Thank you, Taquina, for splitting on her. Oh no, this is very wet. I don't think I'm gonna be successful in tearing this off. Although I do think I need to loosen it, otherwise the whole thing is gonna tear when it is dry. I do think I need to just make it loose from the backing. Okay, guys, just to give you an example, we went from that to that. So that's what this looked like before we started. Not a bad transformation, eh? And a nice use for paper that you would usually not be able to use. Just loosening this. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so I think we're gonna try and go and collect the other one, but I would need to move this out of the way. Let's just, I'll see what the vote says just now. Put this needle away to a safe place. Guys, I uploaded a video on starting to sew in the signatures. And then I have a second video recorded where I finish sewing in the signatures of my Junk Journal 101 series. So the first video uploaded about 10 minutes before the live. So when you go out, and if you are not tired of my voice yet, there's a video that's just gone up on sewing in the signatures, and I told you guys I use a slight different method. So it's not the 3 pamphlet stitch. I do explain the 3 pamphlet stitch for anybody that does want to use that, but I used a different stitching method. So you're welcome to go and have a look at that. Susie is going to a corner, will be quiet and good. That's impossible for you to be quiet and good at the same time. Put it in the sun when you get the other one. Okay. But I don't think that will dry before we actually finish the broadcast. But we'll do that. Because it's not on both sides, it might dry quite a bit faster though. Okay, going back to the corner now. All right, I'm going to go take this out to the sun. I'm going to do a paper swap and I'm going to bring the other one in. I don't know if it's quite dry, but you'll get a good idea of what it looks like. All right, we'll be back shortly. Yoda? Yoda? Okay, guys. I'll put this in front of you. I'm just waiting for the dog to come back in. You're not going to believe me what just happened. That other one that I just made fell in the ground. So half of it is full of earth now. Come, Yoda. Come. I'm hoping when it dries, it will sort of just be able to fall off. But I don't really know because it's got glue on it, you know, so the sand might actually now be stuck to it. But then again, maybe it's a good texture. It's just not something I'll ever be able to use in a journal that goes out. But I can use it for something for myself. Okay, so here we go. It's still sort of slightly wet, but it's definitely drier. I'm going to show it to you against the light. I don't know if you guys can pick up that. See how nice that onion skin and everything threads and everything comes through. I'm hoping you guys can see that with the light shining through it. Okay, so let's take off the wax paper. Maybe I should just read the comments first. This is stuck to the wax paper. I can actually feel it. It's stuck now. Thank you to Quina for posting the coffee shop link. Guys, if you feel there's any value in what I'm doing and if you are able to, it's definitely not a compulsory thing, definitely voluntary. Please feel free to buy me a coffee on that link. Fingers crossed it will just brush off. Yeah, I also hope it will just brush off. I'll show it in my next video, whatever video obviously I recorded the one with the sewing in the signature part 1 and then sewing in the signature part 2 already. So it won't be in one of those two. But whatever I do again as a different craft video, I'll show both. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is just try to get this wax paper off. It does seem to be rather stuck to it, which just means an extra layer, no? Yeah, this is stuck. So that's why wax paper was not the best idea. I think what we should have done in the beginning is maybe worked on plastic. Okay, I'm just going to try and tear off everywhere where I can, so we can see what it looks like. So it's a good thing it's not completely dry, because then this would have been even more difficult to try to tear off. Okay, I think I'm going to need something like a tweezer here to grab some of these small bits. Okay, I think I need to just get my hands on a pair of tweezers. And maybe my craft knife as well, to get a sharp point to work with. Where's the craft knife? Where's the craft knife? The craft knife is hiding. Searching, searching, searching. Nope, craft knife is hiding. Okay, I've got this one. Not ideal for this, but okay. Let's see. So we can lift that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get off all of this. There's no comments, so is everybody sort of sitting with fingers crossed to get this off. See, usually when I've made this before, I've sort of made it and then left it. I didn't obviously have the recording above me and then therefore only this space. I would sort of just move on to the next space and then do that. One time I did it about 3 pages at the same time and sort of in a similar, similar idea. But I did interchange a few of the ingredients of what I've put on to obviously give it a bit of difference. And I was very impressed with the results. But every time now when you go into your kitchen, you see something else that you can possibly use on you. It's quite cool. It becomes like a treasure hunt. For what else can I add to my faux paper? No, that one's gonna. Okay, so let's give this one a cut. I need to find where the. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it against the light so I can just sort of see where the paper ends. It's too heavy to hold up against the light. Let's see if we do that. Okay. You see now for me even this, okay, this is completely dry. Here it's got a bit of a texture and a sound. I would even use this in something somewhere. Or even to tear up and put in a new version of paper, you know. Okay, let's get rid of all these bits and bobs. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's not dry completely. The corners are sort of dry. I'm trying to find a piece that is dry-ish. It's very, very much like real homemade paper. It's sort of, I'd say it's cardstock thickness. The sides here are dry and they are flexible. You know, the whole thing is still very flexible, but that's sort of because it's still very wet. I'm not sure if this gets drier, if I'd be able to get more of this wax paper off it. Can you see the onion skins? Isn't it lovely? It looks cool. I like it. I'm voting to no as far as making paper now. Why? Lorraine, check batteries. 2.5 hours in. Okay. Checking dongle. Dongle is good. Phone is good. Yeah, the worst one I've got is the old iPad that I'm watching the comments on. But that's still on. That's also still strong. So all is good. Back to the corner. Susie, you can come out of the corner now. Stamp all the scraps. Yeah, very easy. Yeah, you can stamp on it. Tequina, are you nasty with Susie? She's the moderator, Susie. You've got to listen. Sorry. It looks interesting. It is, and it is cool because you made it. Yep, that's true. And each one that you make has a different character. It's not like each one you make is the same, because every time you do it, you add different ingredients to it. And can you even see the difference between the painted bit and the non-painted bit? I mean, if you can't see, if you wouldn't be able to see this, that in itself is lovely. Okay. And if you can't see this, then that in itself is lovely. Would it be easier to fold when the paper is a little wet, or should you do it completely dry? Gardina, I've never actually tried to fold it when it's wet, but I mean, very easy to do. Probably easier to fold when wet, depending on, you know, what you want to do with it. Probably easier when wet. I'm just scared that if it gets dry, then it can crack on there. But I mean, either way, it's not thicker than cardstock. It's sort of like a thick cardstock. It's very much like normal homemade paper. It's very, very similar to that. This one was done on both sides, so it's extra thick. The queen just spanked me for coming out. Susie timed herself out longer than I can. Did you time her out? Tequina, did you time out Susie? I'm Susie, the advantage of timeout is it's only like, I think, 300 seconds, Tequina told me. It's not, but being you and you not being able to talk for 300 seconds is probably horrible. You're not known for not talking. Davy says, I may try it after all. It was when you were struggling to get the wax paper off. I thought no. Debbie, I didn't. When I started initially, I started most on the table itself. So when I was done, I realized, oh my goodness, how am I going to get this off here now to show you the next one? So we were all sort of thinking, what can I do? And then I came up with the wax paper and, you know, sort of loosened it from the table, put the wax paper on top, and then turned it around quickly. And then so that was this side. This is the wax paper side. So it was now the wax paper, and so I turned it around, and then we did this side as well. So it's done on both sides. And that's the only reason there's wax paper on here. I would suggest doing it on a plastic surface that can't stick to the paper. The wax paper was not part of the original plan to do it, but we needed to get it off the table to do the next one, because obviously I'm filming in this little bit of space. But I'm going to show it closer to the screen. Even where the wax paper is, it's not ugly. It's not bad looking where the wax paper, let me turn this around. It's not bad looking. It really does add something to it. It's just more waxy. No, it's just more, it's a different texture than where it doesn't have the wax on it. Fold it for a signature page. Yes, Gardina, you could very much do that. Susie, was the folded signature page that Joanne did, was it in the journal that you showed, or was it on one that she showed on her own channel? The faux paper. Because then Gardina can go and see what it looks like in a signature. Oh, you didn't time her out. Okay, she timed herself out. Okay. Yeah, not talking is excruciating for her. You all know how shy and quiet I am. That's so true. That's so true, Susie. We'll all play. Oh, now that was the dongle. We'll all play along if that's your story. Whoops. Whoops. This is not going well. Now the battery is also hanging in the air. This is not good. Trying to get stuff up again. Hopefully that's safe now. There is a wire hanging, hoping that's not disturbing the broadcast. Yeah, sweet innocent Susie. Yeah, true. She did too. She said I'm a troll. That comment resembled me. I don't remember. It would tell you if I timed her out. Her comments would vanish. Would want to see. No, we don't want to see. That would be a howl for Susie. Okay, guys. So, do you want to chat or do you want me to wait for the other paper to dry? I can pull wax off this if you want to stay. Because I'm going to be doing it in any case, so I can just as well do it on camera. Some of it is really stuck. Okay, stay please. Okay. Right, so I'm going to just sit and take the wax off and then we can chat while I do it, and then if that other one is drying at all, then we'll go and collect that and then see. But the sun's not out much anymore. It's already 20 to 6 in the evening, so the sun goes down in about an hour. So there's not much sun left. But there is a slight wind, so hopefully the wind will get that dry quickly. I quite like this. And this onion skins makes it. I've never used big onion skins like this, and this gives it a whole different look. Now the wax from the wax paper will be in it. Eventually you peeled it off. Even though you peeled it off. How do you mean the wax will be in it? Do you think it will absorb into the paper? Gonna leave it like that. I wonder how that will affect the texture and if you will be able to get glue to stick to it to attach embellishments or pockets. Remember, I put the waxy part towards the paper. So actually this other side is not the waxy part. You know, like wax paper has a normal paper side and a not normal paper side. So the non-waxy bit is actually on the outside here. The wax bit is towards the paper. So I think it would very easily stick to something. Just stick the other side if it does. Yes, true. I mean, 9 out of 10 times you're going to use this only one-sided. You're not going to use it. Give you an idea, look at the difference between the two pages. The one is just much more visible, you know, just way more visible on, and the other one is less pronounced. So if we look at this side, that's sort of very full. No, sorry. Which way do I want to do? Okay, like that. But that now doesn't show against the brown. Okay. So you can literally also see whatever you do with it, there's a different texture, there's a different something happening. Maybe if we do it this way. Okay, look at the difference between that and that. This is just more visible. That one. You can see bits and bobs and tea leaves and thingies through it. Whereas this one, it sort of just gives you a more overall view rather than like this one I can see threads. This one I can see threads, but they're very much further away than that one. Every time I don't see another one to peel up, and then I wait a few minutes and then there's another one that looks like it's coming loose. So I'm thinking this wax paper will eventually sort of lift off because I can see slight air pockets starting. But I don't know if it will be everywhere or some places will adhere to it completely, you know. Let's get this paper out of the frame. Just stick the other side of it out, yeah. Right, you put the wax towards the paper and it's stuck. So the wax is on it. Yes, the wax is on the paper itself, but not on the outside. It's on the inside. It's not inside. Well, it is inside. It's not on top. But if you use it as a page, then both sides will show twice. Like that. Then yes, that will show, that will show, that will show, and that will show. I doubt if I'll use it as a journal page though. But you never know. You create these things and then in the future you come up with another wizard idea of what to do. But I like to use these things sort of like you tear it off and you use it behind something on a tag, or, you know, like especially, I've never made clusters, but this is the type of thing I would love to use in clusters. I doubt it will have coated it in wax, but it might have a flaky texture. Glue should still stick. Yeah, it's like the glue sort of absorbed into the wax, into the waxy paper. But then again, there's a lot of water in that mixture. You know, it's half glue and half water. So maybe when it dries, yeah, but I also think it's stuck. I think there's air pockets, and I think you would be able to tear that off. But I think there's definite places where it sort of looks glued to the page. You know? But as it dries, maybe those air pockets become bigger and bigger until it lifts off. I've never actually consciously tried to stick wax paper to something, so I can't really comment around what behavior. I want to show you this. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think I need to show it closer to the camera. This side, or this side specifically, is significantly drier than this. So just to give you, I want to show you just the difference there, like between the very edge and that, because this is way drier already. So it's quite a nice look. Yes, I think they will make great tags too. Yeah, that's a very good idea. Air bubbles should shrink as it dries. Shrink or expand? I'm hoping that it would expand and then lift the lift it off the paper, so I can, you know, get rid of it easier. You see, the problem is that the layer it's attached to is napkin, and napkin is very easy to attach to anything. So the napkin must have attached to the wax layer, or the wax layer is not as non-absorbent as one thinks. Now, there's definite places if I pull this that I feel like I'm pulling up napkin. You know, so it's definitely attached where it's. But I don't dislike it. I just like this more because you can sort of see what's going on. But this is not ugly to me. All right. I think I'm going to go fetch that other one outside. I don't know how dry it is, but it was a single layer. So I think I'm going to go fetch that and then we'll have a look at it. Let's just get all of this out of the way. Okay, I'm just going to go fetch that other one outside. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we have the other one. It's still very wet. There's spaces where it's very dry. And that's where it got into the earth, into the ground. I think parchment paper would have worked better, but I don't know. It seems that wax paper absorbs moisture a lot more than parchment. I don't know. I don't work with parchment paper often. It's quite an expensive item, so I've never actually tried like any experiments like this with parchment. I like it. Maybe if you wet the original sheet before you add the scrap bits, that would help. Yeah, but I mean, I feel that the glue actually does that because you do wet it because you put that glue on it and the glue is a half water mixture. So I think one must just do it on plastic. Must just do it on a plastic bag or a plastic sheet or something, or even a metal sheet, you know, like a oven pan. I mean, you can very much put this in an oven now and dry it in the oven as well. There's no reason it has to be the sun. This is a little off topic, but what are some things people in South Africa can't get that we have in America? Laurie, we can get most of the things that you can get, but they become very expensive the moment that we have to import them. The thing that's a really big deal to me that I can't get hold of is paper pads. I can get hold of paper pads, but they're really expensive. I don't know if you watched my little pockets that I made with that baby paper pad, but that's sort of what I'm forced to do. I'm sort of forced to go and buy any paper pad that I can get hold of just because it has some nice paper in it rather than a beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful paper pad. And the really, really nice ones like Stamperia and that sort of thing is very, 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 very expensive. And if I'm saying very expensive, I'm saying if I buy a Stamperia pad of paper, the last time I looked, that was a sixth of my house payment for one 24 sheet paper pad pack, you know. Literally it was a quarter of my house payment. So to give you an idea of price wise, paper in South Africa is quite a cheap item. So the moment paper gets imported, it's really expensive. I can't get a hold of anything like sari silk. I've never been able to get sari silk. I can't get a whole bunch of laces. Twine, very difficult. You know, like that baker's twine. That's difficult. Parchment paper, nearly impossible. You can get it, but they do it for Perkamano crafting, and it's quite expensive. And there's only like one place that I know of that sells it. Too expensive to go around and, you know, just craft with it. It's not junk journaling anymore at that stage. What else? The stress inks, difficult to get. And then all that wonderful paper punches you've got, guys, and border punches. That's really difficult. And if we do get them, they're really expensive. And then things like crocodiles and that sort of things, we don't have that. I personally would use plastic wrap or a carrier bag to transport while wet. Yes, but I think you would need to start on a plastic bag, you know, instead of starting on the table. That's probably not a good idea, but you would need to start on plastic. Every time I've done it before, I've sort of done it there and I've left it there. So I've never actually had to move it, you know. I think you need to oil your door hinges. Sounds like the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. We have security gates, which is iron gate, like an iron trailers type door, and then we have the real door behind it. So the one that you've been hearing is the iron door. But I'll tell my husband to oil the hinges. The Tin Man. I love the organic of that paper, Rachel. Yes, yes, it looks very. I agree. You know, and you can see. I mean, it's got completely different characteristics. Now, if I'm done with this and I see that these ads, in my opinion, comes through too clearly, then I can very easily go back, add more things on here, and put another layer of napkin on it. Like I can see these lines. Can you see that? I wouldn't necessarily like that. But then again, if you go and use like that as a tag, that won't bother you. So depending on how you would use it. It feels very natural, and it really gives the impression of handmade paper. You know, I don't think you're going to pass it off as the same thing. It's not that close a resemblance, but it definitely has that sort of character to it. Holy crap. Why? Why holy crap, everybody? Oh, probably for the half a house payment, quarter, 1/6 of my house payment. Yeah, our normal paper is not that expensive. They manufacture paper, normal paper in South Africa, so it's not an imported item. But the moment that we have to import things, it's ridiculous. We go and look for things on Amazon. Then you can buy a $4 item on Amazon, and then the shipping for that is $98. And I'm not joking. I've honestly seen that with my own eyes. The item is $4, the shipping is $98. Susie found a Susie, do you want to? Oh, I think you are explaining there. Susie found a way where you can get a box from where? From the post office. You can, there's different size boxes, and then you pay a certain price for that size box. And then you can add like 70 pounds worth of stuff into that, which is way heavy. I don't even think I can pick up, or she can pick up 70 pounds. So you can put anything in there up to 70 pounds. But I suppose that will depend on each box size, etc. What weight you can put in on it. And it's apparently way cheaper to mail something off to South Africa that way. Carol, you probably asking because of Jamaiti, aren't you? What you can add in the box for her. Sender, you can get them at the post office. If it fits, it ships for one price. Yeah. Shipping to South Africa is expensive, so I'm packing every nook and cranny. Sequins and glitter fill tiny gaps well, Susie. Yeah, the cost of paper is heavy. Imported paper. I'm taking everything out of and off packaging. Jamaiti Bugle per won my giveaway, and I can't get a hold of her. Anyone know her? She usually pops in here. Yeah, she usually watches my lives, but I didn't pre-announce that. But she is quite good on watching videos and making comments. I've just posted a video about 10 minutes before my live started. But I can't specifically tell you. But if you give her a day or three, then she'll pop up. And then if anybody sees her anywhere, make sure you let her know that she won the giveaway by Carol. Oh, and who else do you know in South Africa than Carol? May I ask? You guys make me excited when you say things like that. We've seen her year before, Carol. Maybe give her a few days. If I see any comments of hers, I will let her know she won. Yeah, but I think Carol said something like she's got 48 hours to react, then otherwise she's going to do a different draw. I know she's in Cape Town, which is on the opposite end of the country than I am. And I actually saw your video. I didn't see it on the notifications. I went looking on your channel if you posted new videos. That's how I saw it. Otherwise, I would have missed the notification. It sort of came in the night, I think, when we were sleeping. And sometimes if you wake in the morning, there are too many notifications to go and check everything. Do you know what? She commented on one of my last videos. Maybe you should just go through my comments and then respond there. You know, like let her know there. And then she might get a notification or more than one notification for that. Who do you know in South Africa? I'll have a look for a comment of hers after this. Yeah. Okay, give her a week. Yeah, good. Oh, she's going to be so excited to have won. I tell you, she's going to be so, so, so freaking excited. We often get excluded from the international giveaway. So firstly, our chances are reduced by half just because of that. And then to actually win it, I don't actually know of anybody else in South Africa that's won something except I won that thing from Angela Toma Dogwood Paper Art. But she's, I've not received that yet. But I did win that giveaway. Yeah. She's going to be so excited. Please give her as much time as you can. We'll get hold of her somehow and let her know she better get her behind to your channel. I don't think this dirt is going to come off. Maybe some of it, but not all of it. Tequina, one of those exploding boxes that when she opens it, sequins and glitter goes everywhere and stuck to everything in the box. No, that doesn't sound like fun. No, you're right. I'll never talk to you again. And because you are such a big, big talker, that would be like the worst possible punishment in the world. So you wouldn't dare. No, and I'm also not daring you, okay? Because I think you would take a dare just because it's a dare. I'm not daring you at all. What over? Do you think I must Mod Podge over the dirt? Or attach another napkin? Yeah, might change up her box a bit since she's, yeah, good idea. But ask her, I mean, it also depends on what she would like, you know? I mean, but then again, you probably want to do it as a sort of a happy mail type thing added, but so not sure if you, but ask her what you asked me, what can't you get hold of in South Africa, you know, and then she'll tell you what because she's also in a completely different city than me. So there might be even things by her that she can't get that I can, you know. I see some people do giveaways and have an option for a PayPal prize for worldwide folks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Um, either that or give them the option to get digitals, you know. Um, Susie gets angry. Susie, can I tell the story of why you get angry about the giveaways? Or do you rather not want to share that opinion? Plastic placemats would work great to make faux paper. Yeah. Okay, Susie says I can tell the story. Susie gets very angry at the international giveaways. Firstly, also because if you're gonna do a 500 subscriber or a 2,000 subscriber or a whatever giveaway, so let's say I'm subscribed. I'm from South Africa. I'm part of that number. I'm part of that number that brought you up to 500 subscribers or whatever you have at that stage. So firstly, to exclude other countries is Susie feels very strongly that that should not be done. If each subscriber is valuable, then they're just as valuable in the prize giving. But then the thing that really upsets Susie is, for instance, people will make a journal for a giveaway. But then what they would do is they would, the journal is worth whatever, $50. And then they would say, but they are willing to give a $10 digital or a $10 PayPal price or whatever, or an Amazon price or something. Amazon price is not a good idea, guys, by the way. If you ever do a giveaway for international, the shipping on Amazon really doesn't make it worth an Amazon price worth anything to an international member. Maybe to a UK member, their Amazon I don't think is that bad. But for us, Amazon is really bad, the shipping. Okay, but in any case, so Susie says that it's not right to give away a $50 prize and then give the international viewer anything less than the value of whatever prize you are giving away. So it doesn't mean because it's an international winner that they won less, or that they're worth less, or that their prize should be worth anything less than the international viewers, than the US viewer. So Susie is saying that if you're giving away a $50 prize and you are giving away some like digitals or a PayPal prize or something, then that should have the exact same value than the original prize that you're giving away. Concentrating, yeah. Gonna read the comments just now. I really want my giveaway to be a little bit personal, you know, like two friends sharing craft supplies. Yes, that is lovely. That is such a good idea. It's more than just sending your winnings in a package, you know. And because we are here in South Africa, there's very few people actually doing junk journaling around here. So it's not a like swap for swap. There are people, I'm not saying there's none, but it's a little bit scarce. So there's not like receiving a lot of happy mail or receiving a lot of scraps or swaps, sorry. So she's going to be, I'm telling you, she's going to be so excited. For me, when I won that giveaway from Angela, I tell you, I was walking on a cloud for at least 2 days. It was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. It was like really a big deal, you know. I'm still excited. I'm just hoping it will arrive one day. but it's been a few months already. But yeah, it's a big deal to us to win at all, because there's not a lot of that sort of thing going on in South Africa itself. So if we don't link in with the international community, we actually don't have that at all. Okay, Susie, I think your plan worked. I think that sort of covered the dirt and the earth. Susie, you're a genius. That worked. Can't even. We'll see when it dries. It's slightly browner there, but not not so distinctly that it's a bunch of dirt. Put the brush in water. You warmed my heart, Carol. That's so thoughtful of you. Yes, she is. I thought Amazon until you said the price of shipping. Yeah, no, Amazon is a really, really, like if you give me a $10 or even a $50 Amazon giveaway and I win, where do I find the other $50 to pay for the actual rest of the shipping and the item? You're better off like the best way I found, well, Susie found, is you go get that box from the post office, you decide on the size, and then you fill it up to how many kilograms or how many pounds they say you can, and send it that way, and then that costs a certain fixed amount. So no matter how much weight is in it, as long as it fits into the box, it's and I'm sure if they do it to South Africa, they pretty much do it to any other country as well. I mean, it's not going to be unique to South Africa. Okay. Agree with Susie. Free spirits agree with Susie. Susie says very well said. Most of our subscribers are international. Why exclude them or give them a less valuable price? It chaps my behind. Handmade by Gardina says, I agree, Susie, and it's rude when people sub your channel for a giveaway and then unsubscribe after it too. Yeah, it is, but at the same time, you know what? I had I saw a giveaway once that the guy did, and he said, "This is the giveaway video. You need to comment on this video, and then to win a prize. Like the normal thing that you usually say. All right." And then he added onto that, if this is your first comment ever on my videos, you will not be eligible for the prize. So I will check whether you've commented before today. And if you did comment before today, you will go into the drawing. So anybody that basically either never commented or only subscribed that day and then commented is basically not in the draw. And I thought that was quite a good way of eliminating people that just subscribe for a giveaway. I prefer something made by someone. Yeah, I think we all do. We crafters, so we all do. But I mean, there's certainly things that you use in making stuff that you guys can get hold of there that we just can't get hold of, like paper pads. You guys have the most magnificently beautiful freaking paper pads, and we just can't get hold of that. I've been able to get paper pads by ordering them from Amazon. Ach, not from Amazon, from Wish. And they're nice, but they are sort of a rip-off of somebody else's. I didn't know that. I only learned that sort of afterwards. And I've only been able to get a small paper pad. They don't sell the big 12-inch by 12-inch paper pads. They only sell the small 6x6 paper pads. Didi Farrago has this great system. If a video has a giveaway, she puts a heart in the title and doesn't say give it. Oh, wow. So she announces that on her videos, and then if you know there's a heart in the title, then you go and look because it's a giveaway. And you'll only know that if you actually watch her videos. No, we don't have Amazon Prime free shipping here. That's only available to Americans. We don't have free shipping at all. That's a completely American thing. You know, like a while back when Etsy decided that everybody has to give free shipping, that's a really big deal because now the person in any other country than the US has to work that money for the shipping into the deal. And now it's more expensive to one place and less expensive to another place. Now, either they say the shipping is not included and then the person pays for it themselves, or they have to include it. And Etsy is only promoting the free shipping offers to the top of their promotions and not the. So now let's say it cost $98 to send a package to me, but it cost only $5 to send it to the US. Now you've got to make that item $98 more expensive in order to accommodate if somebody orders it from somewhere else, because you don't have control over where do they order from. So what a lot of Etsy dealers did is they said, okay, well, now this stuff is only going to be for sale to somebody in the US. So they now eliminated all those products from the rest of the world because now they say it doesn't ship there, you know. So it just reduced the whole market for everybody. It becomes a mess. Tequina says that she found Jamaiti and left her a comment letting her know that she's won and that she'll be in touch with Carol soon. We have free delivery with Prime here in the UK too. You lucky bunnies. Yeah, the UK also on your Amazon shipping is not as bad either. But I know that the Australians and the New Zealanders moan as bad as we do. So shipping it to Australia or New Zealand is just as expensive. I didn't know that you had free delivery and Prime in the UK. That's new on me. Yeah, cool. Watch the video. Okay, guys, I think I've been on for like more than 3 hours now. I actually enjoy just chatting. I feel guilty. I feel like I should be crafting or at least doing something to visually entice my viewers. I'll pull stones from the dirt here. At least I'm doing something. You love my chatting. Thank you. and my and my giggling. That comes out naturally. I don't have control. It's a spasm that just happens and then it goes So, do you like our faux paper? Are you gonna go try it? We love chatting. Sorry, my typing is bad. I'm trying to type while laying down. Nice. Don't fall asleep, eh? Okay. Carol, you're welcome. Thank you very much for stopping by. We really appreciate that you watched. Be good. Okay, Gardina says she's going to try it. Will you video it? Will you make a video? I love it. I will make more when I can sit again. Yes. Good, good, good. I'll let her watch your video, Carol. Cool. Yeah, I really hope that Jamaiti gets the message before the week is out because it's a big deal for her to win. I don't have pumpkin pie spices. That's an American thing. I don't even know what it would smell like. I can imagine that it smells very nice, but I have no idea. Susie, that's what you should include. You should include me pumpkin pie spice. I have no idea what it smells like. I have no idea if it smells good or bad. I imagine it smells yummy, but I have no idea. She's been celebrating the Festival of Lights. I'm sure we'll see her soon. That's right. She mentioned that. She said that they're celebrating the Festival of Lights, and Jamaiti is probably a Muslim name, which means that the woman has a lot of responsibilities around the cooking, etc. So, Carol, if you are still here, then I would suggest maybe looking up Festival of Lights and seeing how long it takes. You know what the ritual is around it, and she might only get it after that, and then she might not even see the messages because they'll be buried at the bottom of her subscription notices, her notifications. How much space does spice take up? Is it a big thing with spice? See, that's how much space spice takes up. Jamaiti, she's from South Africa in Cape Town. We have a huge Muslim community here. It's a weekend thing, but the celebrations go on for weeks. And she might not actually be on YouTube then for weeks because the woman has a lot of responsibilities around cooking for the celebrations. Oh, right. Is it bigger than that? Okay. I don't even know what pumpkin spice packaging looks like. Never mind the smell. Am I making you reconsidering? You can send some in a bag to take up less room. I already have enough stuff for 2 or 3 boxes. True. Okay, just send me a teaspoonful so I can smell it. And you'd need to send directions. I would have no idea how to actually use or make it. We have pumpkin here. That part I can get. I'm really liking this side. Really, really liking this side. And Joanne is giving me stuff to send you. Really? Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. I will thank her myself as well. Thank you. It's so nice. Okay. It sounds like the dogs are hearing something. But it's not an alarm bark. It's just a hearing something bark. It's going to be like Christmas as a kid. I tell you, Taquina, I'm telling you. I am really excited for that. I personally don't like the brown paint on it. Really? You see, I think because you can see it against the other half, it's not so nice. But I think on its own, it's got a good character. I can see using that, but not with that. on its own, you know, tearing it off there and using it on its own. Because it would now be brown on the one side and that color on the other side. You can't see the stuff in it. Why not? Oh, you mean you can't see the details? Yeah, you close up you can see texture, but not too much of the details. That's true. But sometimes you need something like this and you are making whatever, a pink and blue journal or whatever, and then you want this to sort of have that characteristic of the paint, of the color journal you're using or the color tag you're making, etc. So it's an easy way to actually give you a nice different type of paper, but a colored paper. I like the plain paper without the brown paint. Okay. I will have to send the box every few months. It's Tequina, it sounds like I'm gonna have Christmas every few months. I'm so excited for that stuff in that box. I've seen some of it. I've seen some of the stuff, and I'm telling you, there's stuff in there that, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for. I'll open it on screen so you guys will see it too. But just the opening of the box is probably going to take 3 hours. I'll have to do it as a live. I think they both look nice in their own way. Yeah, I like it as well. I think it's different and I like it. I won't use them together. But on their own, it looks nice. I think if it had been lighter, it would have been better. Remember, this is still slightly wet. It is going to be lighter. There's some... Hey. Okay, guys, there's somebody blowing a hooter outside. Do you guys want to wait and let me go look quickly, or do you guys want to end the live? You can chat amongst yourselves. Okay, you'll wait. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. Check you now. En dan moet je daar toe maak. Dan gaan Boesman uitgaan en dan gaan sy binne staan, hoor. Dan kry jy nou vir Boesman hier in en maak daar toe. Kom. So, Audrey? Video, isn't it? Sorry guys, I'm back. It's not, there was no one there when I got there. Not sure what that was about. Thank you very much for waiting. Really apologize for that. Woofingtons will wait. Thank you for waiting, guys. Dance party, as Laurie says, on Enchanted Dreams. Yes. For the large box, which isn't really that large, it cost $106. Wow, that is quite steep, Susie. Oh, wow. That is why I have to do it every few months. That is a lot. But Angela wanted to send one item, and that was something like $150. So this box is definitely the cheaper way. What Susie should do is she should start a coffee shop donation system, and then she can take donations for sending a box to me, and then everybody that wants to send something can mail it to Susie, and then everybody together can contribute towards the mailing. Then all the hardships not on one person. Then it's a shared hardship. Yeah, I'm also glad everything's okay. Unfortunately, here on the plots, we have to go look. You know, you can't totally ignore it, you know. My coffee was supposed to be to ship me over there. So all you do is you get inside a box, but get a big enough box and make sure there's enough space for supplies, you know, to keep you fed and watered as you go, you know. Might be way better or much cheaper than an actual air ticket. I'll have to look into how much it costs from here. Yeah, I actually have no idea from the UK how much it would be, Taquina. Forget sending Susie, send the study. The study. No, I missed that comment somehow. The stuff. Okay. Forget sending Susie, send the stuff. You make two campaigns, one for sending Susie and one for sending the stuff. They have big boxes as well, Gardina. Maybe there's a box that she will fit in. Actually, what she needs to do is she needs to weigh herself and then see how much she weighs and then which box would correspond. Does the different boxes allow different weights, Susie? Or do they all just give the same weight? Be nice. Are you guys going to start insulting each other again now? Guys, I am going to need to sort of start getting this to a close. As you can see, the shadows are falling and the sun is slowly going down here now. So it's going to be dark pretty soon. Then I'm going to have to find an other light to put on to shine onto my work. We don't have electricity. We have to start a generator to have electricity. So that's why I use daylight to shine on my work to be able to craft and record. A big double-sided refrigerator freeze box. No, we don't weigh, Susie. That's a good philosophy. Don't weigh, Susie. Sun is setting, yes. It's dark here already. Really, Taquina? It's 2 hours earlier by you and the sun is already setting. It's already dark. Good grief. So it's now 4:36 and it's already getting dark. That's really early. Even in the winter, our sun sets at about 5:30. At the earliest. 5:30 towards 6 o'clock. It's now still getting, our days are still getting longer. We're not at the longest yet. Well, it's the same for you, but our middle of our summer is the 21st of December. No, 21st of January. I'm not sure now. No, December, 21st of December. So our days are still getting longer, yeah. That number is a secret between me and God. But if you never weigh, you don't know either. So it's a secret to you as well. Only God knows. We have lurkers. We have people that hear but don't talk. There's Debbie back. It's midday here. Tummy growling for food now. Yeah, it's 20 to 7 in the evening here now. But hubby is working late today, so I don't have to worry about finishing soon. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you very, very much for coming to join me in watching how to make faux paper, faux handmade paper. I hope you enjoyed it. It's quite an easy process. It's a lot faster if you don't chat in between. And I think the results are well worth a try. So I would love to see it if you do try it. Please make sure to share with me and to show us what you've done. I've just taken a picture. I'll fix my Telegram. I got a new phone and send it you after. Oh, okay. Brilliant. Wow. For the setting sun. Good grief. Great live. Love you lots. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate. And I'm glad all of you joined me. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy these lives. It's nice chatting to you guys and just connecting and laughing together. And it really actually feels like you're in a craft room together and just having some fun, doesn't it? Guys, again, I think everybody that's here at the moment are subscribed to each other. I don't think I need to do any specific introductions. I think I'm just going to give a quick shout out to any replay listeners that might come across this. Okay, so Susie's Craft Room is very much Susie's with a S, 2 words, Craft Room. Craft Room is 1 word. She is very focused on how can you craft on a budget. So how to use the things around you and make them work to do the same thing that everybody else does with all the whole big expensive tools. How can you craft on a budget? She has some extraordinary videos with brilliant ideas. Go and have a look there. Handmade by Gardena has posted 2 journal shares, beautiful journals, and an Etsy share, and she's just done her first craft along video. So please go have a look. She actually talks quite a bit about herself, and it's a really, really good get to know you video. You know, she really explains a whole bunch of things about her life, and it's a really good video to go and check to get to know her a little bit and things that's important to her, etc. This and That with Debbie Jean. Debbie changed her name from Debbie Boram to This and That with Debbie Jean. She is dabbling in a few crafts, but most specifically at the moment, I think she does Memdex cards and diamond paintings. But what she does really well is she shares her Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby and all these shops that we don't have here. She shares those hauls, and she's sometimes so excited about the things she buys. Her excitement is very much I want to say contagious. It's very, very contagious. So please go have a look there. I like the stuff that she shares. Like she bought this biscuits for her husband, and then We can't even get that stuff here. You guys need to send me a box full of chips and biscuits from America. Did I miss somebody? I don't think the others are here at the moment. The guys that's lurking needs to make comments so I can mention you guys. You're very welcome. Thanks for sharing the process. You're very welcome. Glad you liked it. Hope you all are going to try it. Taquina, thank you there for posting the coffee shop link. Guys, if you found any value in this or any of my other videos and you would like to buy me a coffee, please follow that link on the screen. It's also below in the description of my videos now. And please, if you can and if you want to, please buy me a coffee. And thank you very, very, very much for the people that have done. I had one person that was extremely generous, but they remained anonymous, so I have no idea who it was. But I'm so very, very grateful for that contribution. Thank you very much, guys. Debbie says, I was just finishing up diamond painting while listening. Enjoyed this very much. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And I'm subscribing to the other viewers. I think you're subscribed already, I think. Carol from Free Spirit Arts, worth a mention. She's just moved into a new house and she's setting up a new craft room. And you'll enjoy her crafts very, very much. The last memorable one is where she made a whole little journal booklet from toilet paper rolls. So she also uses the nitty-gritty stuff that we have in the house and then try to beautify them, you know, and make them beautiful and lovely. Jacqueline is from Lovely's Crafting Lodge. New junk journal crafter. She's been doing crafting since or junk journaling since July, and she has the most beautiful journal shares and ideas on tag. She had a series on Octagber, like October, but Octagber, and she has some really cool tag ideas that I've actually never seen anyway. So well worth a look there as well. Taquina doesn't have a channel. No, she doesn't have a channel. But you can inspire her to start one. By Mimi with Love also has a channel. She was here earlier. All one word, By Mimi with Love. She had a video, I think it's 2 videos ago, where she made gnomes. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I've never seen it, but she says she's often seen it everywhere. But I've never seen it. And she made these little cute gnomes, and they are so adorable. Well worth a check out. She did some BB Craft videos as well, where you can get free stuff from BB Crafts for a certain amount. And then if you have a YouTube channel with more than 100 subscribers, then they will send you the stuff, and then you make an unboxing video, and then 2 more process videos of stuff that you've made with the things that they've sent you. Taquina says she doesn't have a channel, but you're welcome to subscribe. This and that with Debbie Jean. I have saved the toilet rolls to do Carol's book. Yeah, it's very cute. Very, very cute, that little toilet paper roll book. Okay, guys, I can see there's light from the iPad that I'm reading the comments on, that's shining on the paper, but as I'm looking at it, it's sort of really dark already. So I'm gonna close this down. Thank you very, very much, Taquina. Thank you very much for being my moderator. You are such a savior to me. Thank you very much, guys. And if you guys have a request for a live, then let me know. I'm a little bit difficult at the moment with my mom in hospital, so I have to sort of plan around that. But I'm hoping to do one maybe on Friday but again, it's sort of smack bang in visiting hours, so I'd rather not commit to that. Hopefully within a few days or a week or so, I'll be able to get back to the normal pattern. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for being here with me. Very much appreciated. Love you guys. Enjoyed that. Have a great day. Bye bye.